Hi, hello people. Hope you all are doing good. Welcome to the stream today. Hello Nukes, hi Bearded, and hello Flowed. I might be quite close to my microphone today, so maybe I should put down the sensitivity. Hang on. Ha, never mind. The sensitivity is all the way down already. Gosh darn it. That doesn't help much then. I should kind of try and stay a little bit away from it then, I suppose. Because if I don't, like, if I'm just naturally, like, leaning in, this is how close I am. Wait, I can turn it down here, though. To be fair, that also puts down the volume. I more want you to not have to hear all my breathing and I don't know, all the little noises that a mouth makes. Oh, by the way, that breath that the big breath I just put out, that I turned my head to the side for that because I knew that would definitely make it kind of loud. But I don't know. We'll try and stick with this for now, I suppose. But yeah, I'm so glad that YouTube worked this time properly, and people can see the stream. People can get notifications. That's delightful, actually. And apparently a privilege, because last week that didn't work out at all. I was full on there, rambling to myself, thinking, well, today's a quiet stream. Until a friend of mine told me, I know you're streaming, because you're streaming right now. And you told me you were gonna be, and I hear you talking, but you're not online. I don't see you anywhere on the internets. Well, if you look at last week's VOD, you will hear part of that conversation, even though it's kind of quiet in the background, partially. But yeah, so that kind of showed that didn't really work. I have no idea why. It's kind of rude, honestly, of YouTube to be like this. But oh well. Anyway, background Minecraft, in this case, does not actually mean that you see any gaming. Because as some of you may remember, at one point I said I would not be like doing like much gaming stuff. Like all that is for Twitch. On here it's more for chatting. And then, you know, occasionally maybe doing some background stuff. Like the only game... Oh, what does that sound? Well, I mean, nope, wrong thing, right thing. Well, we've got some classic good old Minecraft music in this bitch, I guess. But yeah, we've played Asphalt on here, which, I don't know, for me is kind of a different category, because it's not a very interesting game to show people unless they're like really into it, which I'm not terribly. Like, the events are fun, but I couldn't tell you like, oh, this new car has these perks and those perks, and you should absolutely be in this event and that one and whatever, you know? But yeah, so not gonna show the gaming. It's gonna be going on in the background, and you're gonna hear some of the sound effects from it. Hopefully it's not gonna be too bad. Have any of you seen, really, those fucking TikToks and shit about, like, Minecraft ASMR? People trying to do that and then accidentally, like, making loud sounds and shit. I've seen a few circulating, overall. So I don't want to shoot myself in the foot and say, ooh, enjoy the Minecraft ASMR. You know, close your eyes, relax a little bit, and then it's just like horrible things. It's like you just hear me get blown up, and I don't know what else is loud. Obviously creepers blowing you up, bells, but I feel like it's exaggerated how often that accidentally happens, that you ring a bell in Minecraft. That's never happened to me accidentally before. I feel like it should only naturally happen if you're eating while walking right by one, but they only naturally, I say naturally a lot right now, spawn in villages in one place. So to be eating walking right by that, well, it doesn't happen often, I say. But But yeah, anyway, theoretically, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. We could call it ASMR, and I could be at risk of ruining your ears. But to be fair, I should be much louder than the game sounds anyway. So it should never be like really loud and bad for you guys. Ideally, I think. Shouldn't be. Hi, Panda. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Shiv as well. Very interesting noises. Well, I'm in a cave right now. I can narrate to you what I'm doing in the game. I've kind of... I thought briefly about, like, making this stream almost like a funny little girlfriend ASMR type thing. Like, here's the scenario, close your eyes and imagine this is happening kind of deal. But I don't know. I don't want to be cringe. I would probably be cringe. And then also, I forget what I was what else I was gonna say, actually. Just full on. Now, the Minecraft music started up right when I fucking turned on the sound. But now the past few minutes, it's been nothing, so it's just us and silence here. Ain't that existential dread, man? Ain't it? But yeah, you know the scenario was gonna be like... Alright, I remember what else I was gonna say. You know, you're closing your eyes and your girlfriend's playing Minecraft next to you or whatever. And then I was like, I did just do an upload like that. Ooh, I found a little dungeon, a little spawner. And I'm getting attacked. And I have no armor on, so... Well, thankfully the spiders don't do much damage. Delightful. There is no chest. I didn't know that dungeons could spawn without a fucking chest. What the heck? I feel scammed. I want my chest. But yeah, so I was thinking, you know, I guess maybe it's a bit much if I talk so much and do so much content about video games in such a short amount of time. Literally, the last two uploads were... Well, the last two YouTube uploads were your gaming, and then your girlfriend is gaming. And then if I do a stream about that too, y'all might think I actually play video games. Oh, woman. Gaming? Can't have that. I mean, to be fair, I guess many people do not consider Minecraft gaming, which, debatable in its own way, but also, I play many more games. This is just the comfort one in the background, man. Anyway, I should smelt some iron. I've got some collected. Nice. Delightful. Which country am I from? I'm from Germany. What about you? What is anyone from? Because, like, in my head, people are always from the US. Because that's just, like, the big statistics. That my analytics tell me, not statistics. The analytics, the numbers, whatever. Would you call that a statistic? I don't know. But then obviously, other countries exist. And whenever I hear of anyone being German, I'm like, haha, fellow German found. Just recently, I had a new custom tier patron sign up. And they text it in, like, the certain way, and, like, the grammar, what the fuck? The grammar was like, I don't know, they built their sentences in a certain way that I was like, okay, English is definitely not your native language. Are you also German? I didn't say anything actually. But then they mentioned of their own accord at one point, like, oh, I guess this is just because I'm German or whatever. And I was like, haha, haha, I found you out. Didn't call you out, but I found you out. And then I offered to do German custom audios, which I don't know. I don't want to call it weird, but I would call it unusual. Obviously, usually I speak in English. It gives like a certain barrier, you know, to what I do. It's easier to act when you're taking things away from your own personality as well. And somehow the language has always been a barrier for me, even privately. Like, I've noticed that a lot of things are easier to say in English than in German. Not grammatically or acoustically, just emotionally. But anyway, that's just the aspect for me. How did I get to talk about this? Right. Shiv asked me where I'm from, and then I talked about a German patron. Nice. But yeah. Jeez. Now you hear nothing. I would love for that fucking music to kick back in at this point, honestly. Like, what the fuck is this? I hate how, like, even though it's supposed to, like, show up randomly, it's, like, not always there. Like, that's why I don't usually have Minecraft music on, because then I'll just, while playing, I'll put on my own music. And I know at least that that's constant. And I don't have to sit in silence with my own thoughts. With occasionally a bat flying around near me, making noise. I don't want to have silence. No. You don't know what it's like in my mind. All those demons that are telling me to eat you guys. Put you in, like, a secluded location and eat you. You know, it's hard. Maybe I should put my music back on so you have something at least, because, you know, the music is supposed to be so that you don't have to hear, like, much background noise, right? I mean, that's the purpose of it, the entire damn thing. If it's not on, I fear you hear the white noise from my mic very much. You definitely hear the fan from my laptop, and you probably also hear when stuff goes on in my apartment building, like anyone coming home, slamming the front door. Like, that might be audible because it's certainly very loud for me, and the only way that I don't hear it is if I've got, like, music and shit in my headphones. I don't know. Also, the mining blocks in complete silence gives, like, creepypasta Herobrine vibes. I don't know, maybe I've just been traumatized. You can hear yourself through my mic because you're in my walls. Damn. Can you, like, get rid of the rats, please? They keep gnawing on my cookies. Or maybe that's just you. If so, hands off my cookies. And teeth off my cookies, too. I need those still. That's a bit of a funny story, actually. When I used to live in an old house, you know, when I was a kid with my parents, we always had, like, mice on the roof. You could hear them. Specifically, like, in my mom's bedroom. It would drive her crazy. Like, she could always hear them, and we would be we would just, things would be peaceful for us. We didn't have to deal with it. But she couldn't sleep. Because she had to hear all the mice running around on top. But at one point we noticed them too, like all of us, because I had made meringue baked goods, and I had left them out on a tray after they were in the oven. And then a little while later, like a few hours later, I noticed some of them were missing. I knew my mom hadn't been home, and my stepdad, he was not at all someone to like have like sweets. Like he was much more of a savory kind of guy. So I also didn't think that he'd taken any, but I knew that I hadn't. And even though we didn't have a CO2 monitor, I was very sure that I also hadn't just forgotten that I took some. So I was like, did my stepdad, did he have multiple of the meringues? And then, do you say meringues or meringue? Is it multiple meringue? Oh, I just happened upon a big cave. Do I want to go down in the cave? No, I don't think so. Not yet. I want to set up base. I only just started this world. Yeah, so I was kind of convinced he just had a sudden urge to eat something sweet and he was lying about it. Until we found like a half gnawed on piece near this tiny little door in the wall, which we had multiple of. Very fun, actually. There was one in my room, and I was always worried something would crawl out of it in like the middle of the night while I had fucking night terrors or whatever. Anyway, that kitchen was one of the other few places that had one of those doors, and we realized it was actually open a little, and that's where the mice were coming from, and they were eating my goddamn meringue. Fucking thieves. I don't have rats, no. I mean, actually, there's rats in the city I live in, and I'm pretty sure there should be some nearby as well. Like, I've seen one or two run around outside, and I know that, you know, there's like rat poison or whatever out by the walls of like my apartment building. So just based on that, you know, because someone thought it was necessary to put those up, I assumed, okay, I guess we have rats. But they've never been inside anywhere and caused problems. And I've never, you know, looked at a whole family of them when opening up a trash can outside or something. So they're not very prominent, maybe because of the rat poison. But yeah, no, just mice. Just, that was mice, and that was in the old house. Now I live on my own. I have moved out of my parents' house. To be fair, my parents moved out of my parents' house before I did. Funny little story. Basically, the landlord kicked us out for own use. I don't know how you call it in English, but basically, landlord was like, hey, this is, I own this house, and I want to use the house myself, so I'm not going to be renting it to anyone anymore. So we had to vacate within a few months, and my parents found an apartment to live in before I did. Because we were looking for, like, one in a specific city for me, where I could, like, get around everywhere and do whatever, without having a car, without having a license yet at the time. And my parents, they were looking for something in the countryside, and they had a car, so they didn't have to look out for that. So they found a place before I did. So at one point, I was living alone in my parents' house because they moved out before I did. Oh, so hi, Orpheus. Welcome. There's a little island that I initially thought I was gonna build my house on, but I'm not so happy with it anymore now. It's kind of small. Very small. But maybe I should. Maybe I can make this island my home. Tiny island, tiny home. I'll just build on it. Maybe make it like a little ocean living. Have a what's the word? A pier and stuff. Mayhaps. But yeah. Anyway. I forget what else I was gonna say. Happens all the time, I suppose. But yeah. Let me know if the background noise is much. Oh, I'm just about to go right over Guardian Temple. I was on my way to a little ruined shipwreck I saw. But, there's kind of a Guardian Temple right next to it. The fucking sound and then the big picture of the Guardian swiping across your screen is always what jump scares me the fucking most. Like, I have flinched so hard on some occasion at that. And people enjoy making fun of me for it. I think that's kind of mean, bro. What do you mean? Like, it's scary. Why am I getting bullied for this? You know? It is a very sudden, loud sound, and then also something moving across my screen. How could I not be startled, honestly? But thankfully I saw the temple in time, and I didn't go right over it, because I probably would have gotten the effect. Even though I feel like I used to get it, like, way more, so I don't know if it's literally just being more alert, or if they've changed the, like, amount of time it takes until, like there's a chance that the Guardian puts the effect on you? I have no idea, man. Oh, we have music again. Oh, and I'm just about to drown. Yay. That's pleasant. That's nice. Finally, they hear my request. But yeah, anyway. Oh my gosh. Hope there isn't too much yawning going on. The island may be small horizontally, but my lawyers have advised me not to finish this joke. What the... So vertically, eh? Oh my gosh. Well, anyway. I've come upon a ruined little thing. And a buried treasure map. Do we want to go after that? I guess we shall. Oh. Dude has reached me. Jump scared me a little. I thought he was trapped within the confines of the structure, and that he would take a little while longer to find me. But then he found me. So, it's a bit surprising. Northeast. No, southwest? I gotta go southwest. And I really hope that I will not lose track of where my little island is. But, well, no, wait. I should only go to this after I've dropped off some stuff on my temporary base. Because otherwise... Otherwise, I will not have enough inventory space. You have Minecraft vinyls? That's fun. That's fun, actually. Well, I hope you get to play them soon and that it all works okay. Hi, Cece. Very fair. Thank you for supporting. Appreciate it. And hi, Frank. Did I say hello to Frank yet? I don't think so. I'm managing. Like, if I had to be really honest, I would say things have been shit lately. But I'm hanging on. And we're making the best of it. Trying to have fun along the way. You know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And if it is that bad, then we ignore the fact that it's that bad and we still make the best of things, you know? Just keep swimming, or whatever the wise Dory said. Yay, finally have a chest to put things into. I'm so rich because I have a chest. Yay. And might as well plant some sugarcane that I found. Huh. It's actually kind of quiet, right? Like, even for me, the sounds are quiet. Something to think on, I guess. Something to think on? What the fuck is my English? Motherfucker. Well, anyway. I don't have much iron, but the first things I'm actually gonna make a hopper. Funny enough. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, brother. 'Cause I want to put some chickens in a 1x1 field and feel good about it and hope that none of you call PETA on me. Even though I would definitely deserve that. But, you know, chicken. Girl needs to eat. And boy, does she. Oh, wait. Actually, I can't put the chest this way because then I gotta put a block on top of it. And then I won't be able to open the goddamn chest anymore. And a slab will not be enough. What is the game that I would never play? And where do you make this judgment? I only allow you to make this judgment if it is, like, of a game category that I've said before that I would never play. Like, I don't know, shooters, I guess. Okay, I actually don't know Ready or Not, so I cannot adequately judge whether I would ever play it or not. At all. Right. Let's put the chickens in the murder coop. I hope that any chicken even spawns out of the amount of eggs I have. Nice. 3 even. Damn, I'm so rich in tiny chickens. Right, they changed the design of all the baby animals, didn't they? Indeed they did. Oh well. Anyway. I didn't know that you could get vinyls for any game, though I guess it is just a medium, I suppose. So you can put that bitch, you know, make that bitch be anything. But still, I was unaware. Yeah, I'm having lots of yawns. I'm tired as fuck. Yesterday, I had a big drive, and I got home in the end at 3 after driving for 5 hours, but more like 6, then unpacking for way too long, then trying to find a parking spot, not able to find a parking spot, and then like half an hour after that, going and parking like at the edge of town, and then walking 45 minutes home, because, well, that is the amount of distance that the fucking parking spot was from my apartment. Then it was 3, and then I fell asleep at 4. So yeah, I'm so glad I didn't die or get kidnapped, because I walked through some sketchy little parts. Well, no, not sketchy, actually. More just, not well lit. Not well lit. Let's call it that. Well, it's not like unpacking so much as it was unloading. You know, like taking everything out of my car. And I wanted to do that before parking, because otherwise I would have, needed to leave everything in the car, and then depending on how cold or hot things got, like, that wouldn't be great. Also, actually, long story, but I had a TV with me, and I didn't want to leave the TV in my car, because I felt like that was probably a reason for people to try and break into my car. And it was in the back seat, so not very well hidden. So yeah, that's why I had to unload things from my car, like, immediately. Indeed, stole a TV. It's kind of funny because that's the first joke I made to a friend of mine last night. Like, I was on a call briefly. Well, actually not so briefly, but I was on a call while I was driving, and I was just chatting about the drive, and I was like, oh, I meant to leave earlier, but I still had to like get this TV in my car, and a friend of mine helped me and like patted it nicely, but all that preparation took a little bit. But so, when I told my friend about this, I was like, yeah, I just saw a corner store was unlocked, so I figured I would walk in there, take a TV. It was just too tempting, both the joke and actually stealing the TV, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can't do burglary or a robbery in the broad daylight. Duh. This is robbery 1 by 1. Oh, I got some diamonds and gold and iron from the treasure chest. And some fish and water-breathing potions and an iron spear. I haven't used the spears much yet. Just briefly tried them out when the update first came out. So I don't know the extent of their power. Oops, I fell in a hole. My bad. I'll use lube next time. Missed your joke earlier. And you can't delete it? If it made you cringe and you're unhappy with the joke, why call attention to it? That's like a surefire way I will see it if I didn't miss it before. I feel like you may be lying to me about the fact that you didn't want me to see it. Yeah, wanna point us in the right direction? Just say like how many minutes ago you sent it, how many messages ago. Just give us a little hint. Is it getting warmer? Colder? A little to the left, a little to the right? Should I read it out loud? Maybe I will print it out and put it up on my wall. Just to torture you. Maybe I should start every stream with whichever joke it was. I am now getting dark oak wood. It's my favorite wood in the fucking game. It's nice. To be fair, logs, you know, spruce looks best. The dark oak kind of looks a little like grayed out, like it's just old for no reason. But the planks of it, nicest color, greatest color, most lovely color. Now I just need to get some saplings so I can keep having this wood, because I don't have to come back to this forest, which is out of the way of my base, every time that I want to have this wood type. Not going to be streaming for much longer. But do we have anything to talk about? Do we have any topics that need addressing? Any jokes? Not jokes. Any questions? Anything interesting? I don't know if I can give any interesting details to anything. I finished like a can of syrup today, and then noticed that on the inside of the can, because it's metal, not plastic, it's metal. It seemed to have like a scratch or something, and it was rusty. And you know, me looking at that after having finished the whole can of syrup feels bad, man. Do I get a superpower now? Am I finally not low on iron anymore? You know, like, does this have any benefits, or am I gonna die? No, obviously. You know, just microdosing on the rust, because I don't drink that syrup often, and then even when I do, you know, it's very much diluted with water. So hey, cool. I did, however, now I don't know if this is a Karen thing, but I did write to the company about it. Because, like, what if it's a fault with their machines and they gotta change something? You know, like, I feel like if a product may be harmful to people, I should let the company know, just in case they haven't heard about it yet. And then, you know, they can know about it. I've made the world a better place. Yay. Also, if they want to be nice, you know, maybe for the risk of having poisoned me, they could, like, just, you know, give me, like, a free can. It's nice syrup. It tastes good. Bit metallic. I wonder why. No, I'm joking. I've previously, from like a deli meat, like a vegan deli meat, because, you know, I'm vegetarian, but this deli meat thing that I would buy, they're called mortadellas. Like, that's not the brand name, but the type of slice thing that it is. I saw, like, had like a little piece of something in it, like very distinctly not food, like, you know, something from, like, the factory. So I told them about that too. I was like, hey, so I found this thing, and they were like, ooh, do you still have that? Would you be willing to send us that? And I was like, yeah, sure, as long as you pay for postage. And they did. And I sent it to them, and then they actually got back to me super quickly. Like, efficiency, nice. And they were like, yeah, no, this seems to be like a one-time thing because we didn't get any other complaints about it, but that is material that we use in this process, in this step or whatever. Like, that is our material. So that's on us, our bad. Um, Now, since our like products are refrigerated, we can't send you any. But here's a voucher, like a coupon or whatever, for this grocery store, where you can then buy some groceries. And I'm like, nice. And it was like for way more than the product was worth. So that was sweet. They're not stingy. I'm like, hey, I mean, there's microplastics in all our foods by now. You don't have to apologize to me for putting some macroplastics in there. I don't know. Is macro even... macro is not the opposite of micro, is it? Or is it? I don't know. I always say that as a joke, but I'm not sure if it's actually accurate. Um, but, yeah, it is. Okay, nice. So I'm not wrong about that, at least. But yeah, you know, microplastics, big piece of plastics, all the same, really. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I just wasn't sure, and it felt really like embarrassing if I used macro as the opposite of micro, and then someone is just like, ah, that means an entirely different thing. What the fuck? Um, but yeah, anyway. So that was cool, and I felt productive. Like I mean, even though they said, okay, this isn't like a bigger issue, um, like you have helped us uncover a giant thing, it was still, yeah, I felt nice about it. You could all be lying, yes, which wouldn't be nice, but theoretically you could be. Oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, anyway, still, I don't want rust in my grenadine syrup, so hoping that they'll make sure that doesn't happen all the time. If they get back to me and they're like, yep, that's a feature, maybe I will not be buying their drink syrup anymore. Anyway, so that was a little side detour ramble. Yeah, that's where you take the antioxidants. You think that helps? Yeah, I guess I really should be. Um, but yeah, no, not maple syrup. Like syrups you dilute to make like a drink. You know, could be like Coke syrup, could be like in my case grenadine syrup, uh, orange syrup, iced tea syrup. I've seen lots of syrups exist. So yeah, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, I think we will be finishing up here. Yeah, liquid water flavoring. That works. It's also used in cocktails, which obviously is totally not what I use them for. I just have non-alcoholic, regular, good drinks with the syrup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Obviously. um... Stretch. I've never heard this Minecraft music. Must be one of the newer ones. Or I'm tripping. But it does not at all sound familiar. Oh, hey, Kroy. Week so far has been ups and downs, but we're making ourselves a good time. Trying to socialize. And be good and stuff. But yeah, this will have been it for today's stream. I hope that you all enjoyed, and I hope that you're doing good and treating yourselves kindly. Remember to stay hydrated, preferably with water, and to eat enough things that give you some sustenance. I hope to see you for the next stream, and maybe for the next upload. And, yeah. yeah. Until then, be good, do well, don't die. And yeah. Bye bye, guys. Gorb Knight. That's cute.